What's his name? Do you remember?
Klaw.
Oh. Why do you think his name's Klaw?
Because he got claws.
What about that Klaw?
It came with that.
Should we let you play with this?
Mm-hmm.
No. What is up, guys? Today we are going to be doing a quick assembly and a quick review of my third statue from House of Gog. I'm pumped to put this thing together. I know, I did the unboxing off camera. Please don't kill me. I had some other boxes down here and the coffins are huge. As you can see, the art box right over there, same style art box as the first two statues from House of Gog, Moonstone and Jack. If you watch those unboxings and reviews, you know that these art boxes are like soft touch awesomeness, super high quality. Considering what's going on in this statue, there really aren't that many pieces. It won't take us long to put together. So we'll assemble this thing and look at the two configurations and the swap outs. Now, before we get started, I should mention, as per usual with House of Gog, all the paperwork stuff that comes with the statue is super high quality. Metal collector's card, very nice art print. COA edition size on this piece was 400, and then the instructions. It's not like they show the two configurations. The instructions aren't rocket science, but they do give you a couple tips about parts not to grab and things to be a little careful with. I just wanted to make sure I had the order of this figured out correctly so I can not botch it putting it together for you guys. Klaw is like the first villain in this line. The other characters have really cool looks, so I'm not convinced that the hero-villain distinction is as obvious, but he's their first villain. This is based on another illustration from Pascal Blanchet, carefully and almost exactly adapted to a statue. So let's take a look at this guy. The first piece we're going to deal with is the main body. So he drops into the base, one peg in the right foot, one magnet in the left foot. Ooh. Boom. And he's pretty solid. You know, I was a little worried because this is a narrow stance for a statue, and sometimes that can get a little flaky in terms of it being balanced, but it feels pretty tight. I don't have any wiggle or anything. It feels pretty good. The hole that foot peg drops into is reinforced with metal, which means you're not going to get all that weird chipping up around the top that you sometimes see with other statues that go, peg right into resin. Let's do the standard configuration first. Is that what I want to do? Yeah, let's do I think that's how we're going to display them. So that's the hand, the rifle. Let's pop these on. The arms have a magnet up near the bicep and then at the forearm. So that kind of just sits in there and tucks in. Nice and snug. So there's the arm. Oh, it's looking good already. And the rifle. This is the other part of the standard configuration. Also a magnet. And then what am I forgetting? The tusks. These mandible pieces go on the base. And actually, I think you're supposed to do these a little earlier if I was following the instructions, but they poke out far, so I didn't want to do them till the end. Okay, so the bigger one drops on this side, the smaller one on this side. Fitment feels good, magnets are fine, and there it is. Wow, those things add a lot of scale to the base. Look at that. They add all this depth coming back this way. He looks pretty darn good. The swap outs are good on this, especially the arm that we're going to look at in a second. But unfortunately, the portrait is fixed. There is no alternate head. If I'm being honest, I was kind of hoping for like a skull head to go with the statue as an option. If you know Pascal Blanchet's artwork, you know he does a lot of characters like that. But this looks pretty darn good. The paint is this kind of high contrast, saturated, almost lo-fi application, but I like it. It has a cool look and it feels very different. Like out on display, my other statues from this line really pop, especially in a dark cabinet. They really just pop, and that's cool. They have a completely different look than a lot of the other pieces in my collection. All right, so let's do some swapping. Let's swap out for the Blade Master version. We'll start with this weapon. So we'll lose the rifle. Blade Master version comes with this honkin'. This thing's pretty big. It's like longer than my forearm. It comes with this honkin' spear blade thing. You know, I didn't mention this earlier, but it's the same deal as the rest of the Derelict Planet series statues from House of Gog. Almost all polystone resin, and then there are some of the parts that are skinnier, or the hoses are like a flexible resin material, which is kind of cool to limit breakage. Everything that's important feels heavy resin the way a collector, you know, the way you want it to. It's not like they put that flexible material anywhere that it shouldn't be. All right, so we'll drop our hand on there, and then let's do our arm. Again, 2 magnets, one at the forearm, one at the elbow there. And we'll swap this for the claw. There we go. Man, I like the way the claw sits up. The arm sits a little bit more flat. I like the way that is positioned a little bit better. Look at that. It's pretty slick. It looks good. I mean, it's a cool looking piece. This design, if I'm being really critical of this thing, which I'm going to, because this is, you know, these aren't cheap pieces. Of the 3 statues, this is my least favorite design, which is a bummer. But that being said, it's still pretty cool. It's still pretty cool. And the bar was set so high, especially with Jack. I absolutely love that statue. It would be hard to follow that thing up and beat it. But still a great looking piece. You know, the completist in me really wants all 3. They look spectacular as a lineup. Like I said, in my displays, they pop like crazy. I know the lights in the displays are off now, but they look really good displayed together. I can't wait to add him to the mix. Now, the one thing we didn't look at yet was the display base. I freaking love that they do this. They provide you with these display bases for each of these statues to hold all of your swaps and spare parts, and that is awesome because if you have like a smaller space or an odd space cabinet, or you're trying to fit it in around another statue, you can take pieces off to basically make room. So like this is a big weapon, like it's poking me in the face as we speak. So let's lose this for a second. We'll drop our rifle on there. And the same deal with the mandible things on the beetle on the bottom. There's also room in this little display base. And I think this one drops in there. So like right there, just by pulling those mandibles off, look at how it shrinks your base size. If you need to fit this thing next to another piece, that gives you quite a bit of room. This is cool, right? Like having a base to put everything on that like all the little pokey things fit. I love that. Yeah, man, he looks good. I mean, the sculpt detail is neat. Some of the splatter effects where they did the highlights are a nice touch. Edition size on this is 400, which is nice. It's not gigantic, and it's certainly not unlimited, which is, I know you guys see more and more statues which is just not even numbered. You know, it's just kind of a blank check to reproduce the line at any moment. For some reason, having these little flexible pieces on here, I want to touch them more. Because like typically when you have a small piece on a statue that's like resin, you're afraid of breaking it off. You know, you can just never touch it. Like the flexible resin makes me want to touch these things, which is bad. It's a horrible idea. So I should probably stop doing it. I'm going to go find a home for this next to my other House of Gog statues. Probably rearrange my display a little bit to get him up. If you guys have any other questions or you want to know anything specific about this, hit me up in the comments. But it's a good piece, man. This company's doing kick-ass stuff. Like I said, I've got all 3 of their statues, and I'm dying to see what else they come up with in this line. And I don't know if the Derelict Planet line, like if it'll be contained to these 3, or if there are more pieces coming that will fit into that universe. We'll just have to wait and see. Pascal Blanchet's artwork is awesome, and it always translates to a pretty unique statue. So, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Slam that subscribe button. I'll catch you next time. Later. Bye.
Can I spin it, please?
What?
Can I spin it?
Spin it?
Mm-hmm.
Very carefully. Gentle. Gentle.
I like this beetle.
You like the
And
beetle?
I like him.
Okay, I see we're touching the smallest parts, huh?
Yeah. And I like it deep.
Yeah, you do.
And the claw.
Hey, what's his name?
Claw.
What's his name?
Claw. I like the arm in it.